Just before we start the show, I want to tell you about RecFest USA, an extraordinary event happening in Nashville on the 13th and 14th of September. Part festival, part conference, RecFest is a unique experience, long established in the UK. I've attended most of them, and I highly recommend you experience the incredible combination of content, networking, and celebration of all that's good in talent acquisition. RecFest is coming to America, and I've got a mega discount code for you. Go to recfest.com/USA and use the code RF50 to get 50% off your tickets. That's recfest.com/USA and the discount code is RF50.
There's been more of scientific discovery, more of technical advancement and material progress in your lifetime and mine than in all the ages of history.
Hi there, this is Matt Alder. Welcome to the July Roundup episode of the Recruiting Future podcast. If you've not listened to Roundup before, it's a short review of the episodes that I've published in the last month to make sure you don't miss out on the valuable insights my guests are sharing. So, this is going to be a shorter roundup than normal, as there were only 3 new episodes of the podcast during July. This is because I went on holiday straight after the amazing RecFest event and took some time away from the microphone. However, although quantity dropped, quality absolutely didn't. And these conversations are excellent, future-focused, and with some highly experienced practitioners. The potential impact of AI on talent acquisition is 2023's biggest talking point. But what impact will these new technologies have on relationship-driven hiring at the top of organisations? Will AI disrupt executive research or just provide a better toolset? At the same time, how are the next generation of leaders thinking about their careers as we move further into an AI-driven future? My first guest in July on episode 534 was Bill Hogenhauer, a partner at JM Search. Bill specialises in placing C-level technology executives, and it was great to get his insights into the current state and likely future direction of executive search. We talked about how the current market conditions are fueling innovation, the post-pandemic evolution of executive search, and its likely future in the emerging age of AI. Hiring has changed. Over the last 3 years, candidate expectations have evolved dramatically, and many hiring teams are not keeping pace with this disruptive rate of change. So, what can employers do to ensure they properly engage with the talent they need? And how can technology support this process? For episode 535, I spoke to Gavin Spears, CEO of Solutions Driven. Solutions Driven have done a huge amount of research to ensure they have the right strategies to help their clients thrive in the current hiring market. In our wide-ranging conversation, we talked about changing candidate behaviour, candidate engagement, hiring insanity, hiring execution, and hiring equality, as well as the key questions TA leaders should be asking the agencies they work with. As I previously said, AI has dominated the discussion for months now. And if recent conversations are anything to go by, this shows no sign of letting up. However, the initial hysteria is fading, and the hype is slowly turning into meaningful discussions about what the AI-driven future will actually look like. So, what is the potential of AI in TA and HR? What are the current benefits? And perhaps most importantly, what are the risks? I was keen to get the perspective of a Chief People Officer on all of this. So I'm delighted that my guest on episode 536 was Jerry Morgan, Chief People Officer at Enablement. Jerry has some excellent advice to share, and even got ChatGPT to actively participate in our conversation. We covered a lot of ground in our discussion, and Jerry shared some really interesting insights around the opportunities AI offers to HR and the importance of keeping the momentum of innovation going while mitigating risks around compliance, ethics, and legislation. a quick message from our sponsor, Winolo. Hi everyone, I want to tell you about Winolo. That's Winolo. Winolo stands for Work Now Locally. Winolo enables businesses to find quality workers for on-demand, seasonal, short-term and long-term work. Ditch the bulky paperwork and interview process and use Winolo to find quality workers fast and get work done even faster. With flexible workers and no platform fees, you can save on operating costs, meet demand and maximise earnings with ease. Winolo is available in over 100 markets, including Chicago, Dallas, Atlanta, New York and Seattle. Get workers who are ready to work and spend less time finding them with Winolo. Go to www.winolo.com/pod. That's www.wonolo.com/pod and take the stress out of finding workers. As well as the new content in July, I resurfaced 4 older interviews, which I feel still really resonate. If you check back through the podcast feed for July, you'll be able to listen to Jess Jones from Cooler, talking about confidence and resilience, author Julia Hobsbawm talking about the future of work, Dutch national track cycling coach Mehdi Cordy sharing transferable insights on performance, potential and culture, and Nikiba King, global head of inclusion and belonging at The Body Shop, talking about the results and implications of open hiring programs. So onwards into August. And for those of you who are working, as well as anyone who wants to check in from their sun lounger, I have some exceptional content coming up. I mentioned Recfest at the top of the show. It was a fantastic event, bigger and better than ever before. But don't worry if you missed it, as I've teamed up with Smart Recruiters to bring you some exclusive interviews during August with some incredible practitioners who are speaking on the Hiring Without Boundaries stage. So don't miss out. If you haven't already, then make sure you're subscribed to the show in Apple Podcasts, on Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. If you still have Recfest FOMO, then don't forget you can get 50% off the ticket price to Recfest USA, which is happening this September in Nashville. Just go to recfest.com/USA and use the code RF50. Finally, make sure you go to recruitingfuture.com to subscribe to my monthly newsletter, Recruiting Future Feast. Thanks very much for listening. I'll be back next time, and I hope you'll join me.
This is my show.
Greetings from Evergreen Podcasts. We're rolling out a listener survey and we want to hear from you. The information in the survey will help us gather statistics and in turn make our shows more appealing to advertisers. I know most people don't like ads, but this is one of the only ways our shows make money and help keep their lights on. We promise it will only take a few minutes, but the impact on our podcasts will be tremendous. As a token of our appreciation, we'll randomly select one lucky participant each month to win an exclusive merchandise package from Evergreen Podcasts. Head to evergreenpodcast.com/listenersurvey to help a show and possibly get some free stuff for doing so. We can't thank you enough for the support. Now back to the show.